to take on the Angels, and Milligan delivers this RBI single to left field. This scores Dwight Evans, and it's 1-0 Baltimore. The O's add another run on a sac fly to make it 2-0. And in the bottom of the first, Luis Polonia, the first batter up for the Angels, and he would see third baseman Craig Worthington with a great running catch over his shoulder as he gets the pop-up by Luis Polonia, much to the delight of manager Frank Robinson. But Robinson's club would see its 3-0 lead disappear in the bottom of the fourth as Gary Gaetti would step up and in a home run, a 3-run blast for the Angels. For Gaetti, it's his third of the season. It comes off Orioles starter Jeff Ballard and ties the score at 3 apiece. But the Angels wouldn't be finished. Here it's Dick Schofield with a double. This would score Dave Winfield, and California takes a 4-3 lead. And before the inning would be over, the Angels would send 10 men to the plate, including Polonia, and he would triple to score John Orton and then Dick Schofield. And it's 6-3 in favor of the Angels in the bottom of the fourth. California again sending 10 men to the plate. And that would be all the offense the Angels would need to get some good defense. In the top of the seventh is the shortstop Schofield takes away a base hit from Dwight Evans. And California goes on to down the Orioles by the final of 6-4. Jim Abbott gets his first win since September 15th of 1990. He's 1-4. Jeff Ballard, the loser, 2-3. Brian Harvey, his sixth save. Albert Bell bats in the top of the first on Sunday afternoon for the Indians as they are in Oakland, where they scored 20 runs on Saturday, and they pick it right up again on Sunday. Here, Bell, the 2-run single to score Mike Huff and Mark Lewis. 2-0 Cleveland. Bell would go 3 for 4 in this game with 3 RBI. But things would get much worse for Tony La Russa and the Athletics. Still in the top of the first is Jerry Brown with a 2-run single. This would score Bell and then Chris James. The Indians score 4 runs on 6 hits in the first inning alone. They lead 4-0. Then Joel Skinner bats in the top of the fourth. The score now 5-1 Indians, and Skinner goes deep on A's starter Bob Welch for his first home run of the year. The solo blast would stake the Tribe to a 6-1 lead, and one more look would see Dave Henderson go for the home run ball, and he would just barely miss it, but the fan over on the other side of the fence with the catch. The frustrations would take their toll on La Russa as he would get ejected in the fifth inning by plate umpire Tim Welke for arguing balls and strikes, but just as well as he would be spared the rest of the onslaught. In the top of the fifth, it would be Brown with a 2-run triple to score Carlos Baerga and Turner Ward. That makes it 9-1 Cleveland, and Welch would not be removed until he allowed 11 runs, 8 of those earned on 13 hits in just 4 2/3 innings. The 11 runs, the most that Bob Welch has ever allowed in his major league career, and it's his first career loss in 10 decisions to the Indians. A lone bright spot for the A's took place in the bottom of the fifth. Ricky Henderson hitting his first home run of the year, a 2-run shot off Greg Swindell. That makes it 11-3, but needless to say, it wouldn't be enough as the Indians would roll to a 15-6 victory. That's 35 runs in consecutive games, the most the A's have ever allowed in 2 straight games. In the top of the seventh, Carlos Baerga with a 2-run home run, his third of the year. One of 19 hits the Indians picked up today as they gained 21 hits on Saturday, and the Indians roll to a 15-6 victory over Jose Canseco and the Athletics.
Sunday afternoon in Chicago, the Red Sox in town playing the White Sox, not at Old Comiskey Park, but rather at New Comiskey Park. 1-0 Boston, top of the second inning, and the bases will be full of both Sox, and Kevin Romine will clear the bases with a grand slam off of Alex Fernandez over the 375 sign. His first career grand slam, and that would give the Red Sox a 5-0 lead over the White Sox after 2. That would be all they would need, but in the top of the fourth, they get 2 more. One on this play as Craig Graybeck lets Wade Boggs' ground ball goes through his legs. Tony Pena scored 6-0 Boston, 7-0 on a sacrifice fly. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Matt Young will unload this pitch to Sammy Sosa right to the backstop as Tony Pena just gets a glove on it, but can't catch it. Another look at this wild pitch by Matt Young. But Young would strike out Sosa, and then he strikes out Graybeck. He had 8 Ks in 7 innings to pick up his first win in a Red Sox uniform. Boston scored 2 more runs in the top half of the 6th inning as they inflate their lead to a hefty 9-0 lead over the White Sox. Bottom of the 6th inning, Robin Ventura will get a base hit to left field off of Young. Lance Johnson comes in to score from second base for the White Sox as the White Sox score their first run versus the Red Sox in 22 innings. Matt Young would be the winner. He's 1-1. Fernandez the loser. He's 2-3. As the Red Sox make a clean sweep of the White Sox, winning 9-1. In Milwaukee on Sunday as the Brewers played host to the Minnesota Twins. A bases-loaded walk, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee in the top of the sixth. Still in the sixth, Kirby Puckett catches Franklin Stubbs' fly ball. Paul Molitor tags at third. Puckett fires home. Brian Harper with the tag. Gets Molitor at the plate. Great throw by Puckett. 1-0 after 5.5 innings of play. Top of the eighth inning now. The Twins get a couple. Chuck Knobloch with a base hit to center field. Al Newman scored RBI 11 for Knobloch, and we're tied at 1. Kirby Puckett would give the Minnesota fans something to cheer about as he hits a line drive up the middle. Dan Gladden scored RBI 12 for Puckett, and the Twins lead 2-1. Move now to the bottom of the eighth inning. The Brewers would tie this up for Tom Trebelhorn. Paul Molitor on third base. Robin Yount will lift a fly ball to right field off of Rick Aguilera. Molitor tags at third, and this time he comes in to score. RBI 19 for Yount on this young season, and this tied the game up at 2 apiece. This game moved into extra innings. Top of the 10th inning, the Minnesota Twins would win this game. A Shane Maxack fly made it 3-2, and then Brian Harper, a little flare off of Edwin Nunez. Puckett and Chili Davis scored. RBI 11 and 12 for Harper, as the Twins scored 3 in the 10th to defeat the Brewers 5-2. Rick Aguilera the winner, while Edwin Nunez picked up the loss.
A nice rendition of the national anthem performed by the second grade class of PS 114 on a beautiful day for baseball at Shea Stadium. There in the top of the first inning, Will Clark with the ground out. Willie McGee scores, RBI number 26 for Clark, and San Francisco leads at 1-0. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Dwight Gooden sacrifice bunt attempt. Kevin Elster pulls up lame at second base. He had to leave the game with a groin pull. Here in the bottom of the sixth inning, Bud Black pitching a fine ball game. Strikes out Hubie Brooks to end the bottom half of the sixth inning. In the top of the seventh inning, the only other run scored in this game comes when Kevin Mitchell steps up and hits a solo home run to right field. Kevin Mitchell going the opposite way. Home run number 8 for Mitchell. And the Giants take a 2-0 lead. That lead would stand up as here in the bottom of the ninth inning, Bud Black pitching a fine ball game gets Mark Carrion to ground out 6-3 to end this ball game as Bud Black wins his second game in the National League. Both of them have been shutouts as the Giants win this game 2-0. Gooden takes the loss. His record drops to 3-2 as San Francisco breaks their 5-game losing streak once again with a 2-0 victory today over the New York Mets.
As Pittsburgh played host to the Houston Astros on Sunday, top of the second inning, Eric Yelding with a double to left field off of Doug Drabeck. Mark McLemore scored from second base, 1-0 Astros. Bottom of the fourth, Mark Portugal gets Bobby Bonilla to look at a call, third strike to end the inning, as Portugal had a no-hitter through 4 innings. Bases full in the fifth for the Houston Astros. Ken Oberkfell with a base hit to center field. Ken Caminiti and Carl Rose scored, but Andy Van Slyke guns down Luis Gonzalez at third base. 3-0 Houston. Bottom of the fifth, Gary Varsho with the first hit of the ball game by the Pirates, and that will drive in Barry Bonds, who reached base on a walk. RBI 4 for Varsho, but it's 3-1 Astros. 2 outs, top of the seventh inning. Jeff Bagwell with a blast off of Bob Kipper, a solo homer to the upper deck in left field. Only the 9th player to reach the upper deck, but it's his 3rd home run of the year. The last player to hit one in the upper deck, Howard Johnson, earlier in the year. 4-1 Astros. 2 outs, 1 on, top of the 8th inning. Steve Finley with a 2-run homer off of Kipper. His 2nd of the year, RBI 7 and 8 as he picks up Eric Yelding. 6-1 Astros. The Pirates try to make it close in the bottom of the 8th inning. Orlando Merced with a 3-run homer to center field off of Portugal. He picks up Jose Lind and Don Slott, number 2 for Merced. He now has 7 RBIs. The Astros hold on to win 6-4. Portugal the winner, he's 3-1. Drabeck the loser, he's 1-5.